This holiday season, you can make a difference and get something truly special. Introducing the Eternal Light of Hope trackable GeoCoin, yours for $100, with every single dollar going directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Prefer something playful? The Lego Butterfly trackable coin is just $50, and yes, 100% of that goes to St. Jude too. But we're not stopping there. Join us December 6th for the 10th annual Podcast of Hope, as we aim to raise over $15,000, pushing past a $100,000 total raised for the kids. Together, the geocaching community can bring light, hope, and healing to families in need. Get your coins now at geocachetalkshop.etsy.com. Let's make this the most hopeful year yet.
Hey everybody. Big thanks to our new patrons, returning patron JR and Juju, Birkenstock Report, Trail Snail 51, Super Chuckles, and returning patron Caching Karma. And our featured patrons tonight are from the states of U and V. They are Ryan, Susan, Kimberly, Sharon, Tony, Philip, and Gianna. Thanks to all our patrons for keeping this show and all our shows on the air. And let's bring in the hosts. There they are. Good evening, Jesse.
Good evening.
John.
Howdy.
Good to see you guys. Hope everything's good for you.
Yeah, I mean things are awesome, Gary. It's like
Awesome.
Friday was National Pickle Pizza Day. I don't know if you knew, but it's
Is it National Pickle Day or National Pickle Pizza Day?
Oh, Pickle Day. I just put pizza onto everything, kind of like
that makes sense. Okay.
It's like Super Bowl. It's like Super Bowl Pizza Day. I mean, it just kind of goes like that.
It just kind of flows that way.
Yeah.
Jesse just shaking his head.
Yeah. You may have a problem, John. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't have any problems when I have pizza, and I had this beauty behind me for National Pickle Pizza Day that I picked up from the pizza drive-thru,
I know the drive, which is crazy. I never thought about getting
it didn't seem right.
A pizza.
I mean, it's
in a
perfect.
drive-thru.
It's not right. It's perfect. Perfect.
I've never gotten a pizza out of a drive-in window.
Oh man, Gary, you haven't lived, my friend.
I guess I haven't.
I'm kind of surprised. I'm like, Texas does everything big, right?
I know you'd think
so.
It
seems like Texas would have the pizza drive-through before New York, right?
I know you'd think. I mean, we are first in a lot of ways, so
yeah.
Jesse's like, no, there's this is ridiculous, but
Were we talking about geocaching or something a minute ago?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
That's what we're doing
All
tonight, or what?
Let's get into some news. Here we go. All right. In the news today, we are at 2,999 current subscribers. So if anybody right now feels really gung-ho about being number 3,000, like and subscribe. But more than the like part, subscribe. And you could be number 3,000. And I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll let everybody know when we hit 3,000.
You obviously get like a free car or something for that. So
yeah, we'll give them something. We'll figure something out for them.
Yeah.
So so there we are. We're at 2,999 current subscribers. So anyway, very exciting there. All right. Well, let's do Twig this week in geocaching. And I will start. First I was home this week, which is what a concept. Gary at home. That's a crazy thought. But I was here, and I am working on the final giveaways and thank you notes for all our patrons. So if you'd like a handwritten note, then you could join us on Patreon. and I will send you a personal note. But no, most seriously though, I wanted to. I did that last year. And I want to do it again this year. Is to send a quick note to all our patrons and thank them because it means a lot. We talk about the fact that they're the ones that keep the lights on, and they really are. I mean, we have bills. Bills to pay. We got to pay for StreamYard. We got to pay for, the list goes on and on. Oh, Christ Our King says we're at 3,000. So let me check. Channel board. Somebody got us.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Somebody gets that free car.
Yeah. Oh, somebody gets a free car. 3,000. Yep. We made it to 3,000. Yoo-hoo.
Oh man, I will buy them a free slice when I see
there
them.
You go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So there we go. Very exciting about that. Very excited. So again, we so value our patrons. Again, that's where the rubber meets the road. It, things, have to be paid for to keep a show going. And we're just so grateful for all our patrons. So, so another quick note is that yesterday the Motley Caching Crew had a Motley Caching Crew Day, which was a lot of fun. And what we tend to do, we bounce different ideas off of what should we do, where should we go, and all that. And we've kind of settled as a group on chasing high favorite point caches. Now that can be good or bad.
Yeah.
It really, but for the most part, every time we found one, it was like, yes, that deserves a favorite point. Or there were some we talked about before the show where it was like, okay, I understand why it got favorite points. I don't know if I'm going to give it a favorite point, but I can see what happened to get it to that point. So a lot of fun. We did like 4 virtuals. We did a couple of earth caches. We did it was sort of a real mix multi. I know Jesse. We only had 1 multi cache, and it was fine. It was not. It probably did not deserve a favorite point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. See, that's the other thing too that we're not going to get into it tonight, but I was not about to juggle. Right now, if you want to do treasures, you got to juggle 3 different
new ones came out too. Yeah.
So I did not juggle. What has this got? What is this? And yeah, Don's part of our group, the part of the Motley Caching Crew, and he does not give it. It takes a lot to get a favorite point out of Don. He is like, I'm like, oh my God, you gotta give that a favorite point. That was incredible. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like, you got favorite points to give. I'm like, and of course I'm almost like out. I'm always out of favorite points. I just give them out like they're like it's
I hear you, Gary. I think I got 1 left.
Right.
1.
Jesse's got a ton. He doesn't give them out either.
You think he has more than 1?
Out very frequently.
Okay, how many Jesse do you have left? Just out of curiosity.
He's got hundreds. Probably has thousands of
it's not thousands. I mean,
can we call him a favorite point Grinch? I mean,
how do I? I only have 429 remaining.
429.
Don't you like to show love and appreciation?
Yeah, but a lot of caches don't deserve it because they suck. So yeah, I'm not going to give it out when they suck.
Man, and at least Don only has 100 available to give. I
mean, I guess I give them out like I'm throwing candy at a parade. Just throw it out. Favorite points, like it was like, woohoo! Favorite points. Here's a favorite point.
And for me, and I know this isn't a favorite point show. I'm like, this is cool. Either cool for me or cool for others that they should check out.
Yeah.
Favorite point.
But I agree. And if it is cool, I give it out. But there's a lot of caches out there that do not fall into that category.
No. And you would have
sign it, the wet log that's in the 35 millimeter container in the end of a guardrail again with that little. Come on. No, and unless you're in a beautiful
your
location.
Your problem, though, Jesse, is you're going for the low favorite points or the no favorite points. Have you ever searched out a high favorite point cache?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Amateur.
Yeah.
It says, Gary, come out my way and Santa Claus those favorite points around here. I would. It's like
I guess I run into a lot of caches that are just lower quality, kind of like we're talking about tonight. But I mean,
yeah.
But if it's good, boom, favorite point. I mean, my threshold for good is not that high, like we were talking before the show, right? There's some ones that you would, but I'm not going to favorite it. Just it's got to do something special. I mean,
you got to feel it. You got to feel it, man.
Yeah. But it was good. Now the basically the mix we figured out with, and I'll give the reins over to you guys here. But the thing that is interesting when you chase favorite points, at least in the DFW area, is really three things happen. One is it's a really, really hard cache to find, and we ran into some serious DNFs yesterday. But we found one that was just blew us away. Took 45 minutes at least probably to try to find that thing. It was like a needle in a haystack in this sheltered thing. It was like Mother's Challenge, the one that everybody DNF'd. And we found, when one of our members found it, it was like, oh my God, we were like relieved. It's like, oh my God, we're so glad we found that one, because we had quite a few that were just we struggled. And then the earth caches were cool. I know we talk about earth caches some, but they were well done. And then the virtuals, and then I'll finish up with the last one, which I don't know if you guys have found. I think we've talked about this, and Jesse said there's some obviously some in Colorado, and John, you found a website that lists them, right? Was that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
people hunt those, man, for sure.
Yeah. So what's funny about the one that it was a convergence. So it was a 3400.000 and a 9700.000, and you go to that spot. And what's I thought was very unique about that, because typically those spots are like, there's nothing there. You just sort of line your phone up and you go, cool, I found it. It's all zeros. But this particular one, there was this giant building there, a whole complex, and the name of the building had a giant sign on it that said Convergence. So I thought, well, that's really cool. So anyway, I'm a kid at heart, so I love the idea of this convergence. And it took us a minute. But what's interesting too is we all got our phones lined up. Our little group all got our phones lined up at all zeros, but we're not standing on top of each other. We're all standing next to each other. So it's kind of weird how, even to this day, and the fact that all zeros can be 3 or 4 feet from each other, which is amazing to think about. The fact that we're all finding that, but back in the day, before our the GPSs were as good as they are, I mean, you're talking, it could be several yards apart and still be showing the same cache.
It's being measured from outer space, so I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Right. But
that's where you get that like plus or minus 16 or 32, right?
Yeah. Right. But still very cool that we could all stand there and get to all zeros, and that was our last cache for the day, I think it was. So
that kind of took me back, man, hearing that, because some people call it confluence hunting, and there's like a website, I think it was like confluence.org, and man, if people want to go down a fun rabbit hole, just look up confluence hunting, and you'll find some pretty cool stuff people do for sure.
Yeah, obviously not all of them are probably in a public space, but yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, confluence.org was the website, right? Okay, cool. How about y'all? What is y'all's twig for the week?
Oh man, I can talk a little bit about the trip I did. I had to travel out of town for work, and I had my best weekend caching finds wise with 271.
How many?
And 271 finds in a weekend.
Dang.
And almost all of them were Adventure Labs. So but they count. They count, right?
They're real caches, right?
Yeah. So so that was cool, and then also I did some earth cache scouting for some pretty cool locations. So with Jesse's help, I submitted one the other day, and I'm crossing my fingers it gets published because the name I'm working with is View of West Canada from Russia.
Wow.
And West Canada is the creek and Russia is the town where there's a sign right by it. So so there's some pretty cool stuff going on. So I'm hoping, across my fingers, that gets published, and then I can start submitting some earth caches to get more in beautiful Oneida County.
That's right.
Because I know I have that personal challenge and I want to get more out there. But event wise, I attended a really cool event from my friend Fishing Gal. She had an event. It was really cool to see other cachers. And then it looks like what we're going to do for Christmas is have like a cache exchange, but like a cache exchange with gifts. And I don't know if they did this, if this rule was made specifically for me, because last year there was a cache exchange. And I wrapped up a cache that was what was it? It was fake dog poo. And somebody got it and they appreciated it. But I don't know if that's what everybody envisioned for the event last year. So they clarified it for this year. So
how funny.
So I'm really looking forward to that one for sure. But yeah, and with my trip, I'm down to 6 calendar days left for hidden dates.
Oh,
so I don't know if you guys do those. I've been trying to kind of chip those off as much as I can.
Yeah.
So I got 6 hidden dates left to go. So I'm pretty thankful for that. But yeah, and a big thanks to, I should have uploaded the poster in here. I don't know if everybody saw on the social media, our new Podcast of Hope poster that Nancy of the Deadliest Cachers made that I thought turned out awesome. Nancy's made one every year for I think the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And they always turn out super great on that one. But one thing, guys, I heard about too, and I wanted to bring up is the Christmas cache exchange from, I think it's Laval K9.
Oh yeah, they do that every year, it seemed like, right?
Yeah, they do it every year. And Tim was telling me a little bit about it and sharing me information. So it's back for this year. And it looks like what they're going to do this year, just because of the cost of shipping stuff can be crazy to other countries and other locations, is they're going to match people up in the same countries. So that should help reduce the cost a little bit down. But I know I got to look for the link for this somewhere I can find it. So I don't know if anybody in the chat room has this that they can kind of share with me, because I'm thinking I may do this year. I've never done this where it's you mail something to someone else, but sounds like fun,
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. All right. What else? We moved on to John. I mean to Jesse.
Oh yeah. Move on to Jesse, because I could talk so much more, and it's stuff that I know Jesse won't appreciate. Just saying.
Oh my.
Were you talking about the hidden dates, the find by hidden date? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Like on Project UC?
Yep.
Did you see that they now will separate it all out by? I was looking mine up since you said that, type.
Yeah.
And size, so you can do for whatever, not just all cache, every cache, every cache type individually.
Wow,
that is cool, man.
I've heard people who do that.
I hadn't looked at that in forever. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
didn't you chase that one year, Jesse? It was to do not just a traditional for a 365 challenge, but do a 365 challenge where none of it's traditional. Or did you not done that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I think I don't know if I had one. I had a similar version of that. Yeah.
I've heard people talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think so. No, seriously, you got any more, John? Anything else?
No. I'm good. I can't talk about pickle pizza more. I think I already met the quota for the show, or Gary's going to boot me. So I'm going to be careful on that one, my friend.
Yeah.
So what I did this week was what's going to drive a lot of people crazy. So I love it. Because we're a team. Christy was up in Boston finding caches, and I found some caches here this week. So
very cool.
You always hear people kind of complain about that a little bit, but as long as I don't sign a challenge to find 2 in different states in one day like that, that would be pretty cheesy.
Well,
no. So she was up traveling there, so she got to get 3 more cache Odyssey caches while she was up there.
Very cool.
Bunch of labs and virtuals in Boston and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yes, she even did an Earth cache while she was there, which is shocking.
No.
What?
She hates them.
Shocking.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Let's see, and then birthday event, and no, I went out. So I went out doing something I haven't done. So it was the reverse of what you did, Gary. You went and got all kinds of stuff, and I got the. I just went out for a challenge day. I hadn't done it a day in a while, where I just get as many challenge caches signed as I can in one day, and I decided to do that this weekend. So that was pretty. I just put a right note on them. I haven't even looked at them yet to see if I qualified or whatever.
Right.
So that was fun though. You have a good mix of them. Some you're not qualified for, and some you're not. So I hadn't gone out and done a day like that in a while. So that was a fun one.
Yeah, we did a challenge one also yesterday, but it's kind of like, it's such a lame cache. It's like an LPC. But in a sense, it's kind of cool because you're celebrating your personal fulfillment of the challenge. Does that kind of help things along, Jesse? You think that it sort of lends more credence to the cache? You sort of ignore the fact that it's an LPC. You're more focused on the fact that I qualify. I have caught no.
I was going to say, Gary, are you describing like a personal challenge cache where like you claim it and then you have to talk about the personal challenge that you did? Okay.
No, I think this was like find 10 caches with 100 favorite points or something lame like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're celebrating what you did, not the fact that the cache was lame. But you kind of want it to be both, right?
I mean,
you got to think if it's like
want it to still be a cool container, right? But it doesn't happen usually.
No.
Yeah. But especially if it's like a favorite point, you think they would go like a little effort more on that.
Yeah. That's a good. That's really probably for almost for another show, which is
yeah.
How many times have you found a really difficult challenge cache for the container? I mean, we all know a challenge cache that's really, really hard. Quad Jasmer. Yeah. Go try to sign that puppy. But how many times do you find a challenge cache and you're like, oh my God, that was an incredible find just to find the cache.
Colorado, they're the challenge out there for the state, for the counties. That one is way up in the mountains. You gotta have a way up to do it.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a Pathfinder 33 one, I think.
Yeah, it's his cache.
And it's a booger to get to. I mean, you got to really you got to hoof out there some. Very cool.
Yeah, all the ones I found this weekend were just like lampposts and guardrails and junk like that. But I have favorited caches for that before. If it's just a really cool challenge, but you really wish it was somewhere fun still, but I don't know.
Like a swamp or something.
I see it both ways, really. Sometimes you're just trying to mark the challenge. I do see that, but it doesn't hurt to have a decent container sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you and I drove around DFW finding all sorts of 5.5s, and like there was I don't know if you remember, there was a couple, or there was at least one I remember that it was a little bit tricky to get to it, but the rest of them was like walk up, lift the skirt, sign it, and go. That's a 5. They're like, it's a 5.5 because it was pre-moratorium.
Yeah,
challenge
that gets on my nerves so bad. We could talk a whole show. That's not what our show's about. We can talk a whole show about that. It's a simple rule. People just don't understand it, and it annoys me so bad.
I know, but anyway, very cool. Still, like you said, you're celebrating again. I think you're really celebrating the fact that you're able to.
It's a challenge,
yeah.
That part.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you guys. That was good. There are some. You want to talk about the other things in the notes there, John?
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple upcoming souvenirs on here as well too. So we do want to talk, because I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's crazy that it's like November 16th today. Still kind of blowing my mind, to be a little honest. But really now to November 30th, if you want to attend a Cedo event for the fall Cedo souvenir. So that window is closing. So if you want that, get that on there. We do want to remind people too, you have until December 31st to get the 2025 locationless cache, which is a pretty rare cache type on that one. So if you find a good place to take a picture of yourself with a 25, do it and post it to GCA 2025. And I know, guys, I got my location list like a while ago. Did you guys get it yet, or do you still need to remember to do it?
I haven't done it.
Oh, you haven't? Oh man, Jesse, you got to make sure you do it, man. You can't miss this one
there, man.
I know. I haven't found a good 25 anywhere. So
yeah,
I sent in a montage of 25s.
That's what I was going to do. And I swear I have not seen 25 in existence since I decided that at the beginning of the year.
Really?
I haven't been around one at all.
It's funny that, so it was almost a year. Let me think. February, I guess, of this year. B Genius and I talked about that when we were at Bamarama. And so her and I both have been doing that all year. We'll send each other a lame one and we'd laugh about like speed limit 25. You're like, you can't send that one in. Like, I'm going to send that one in and be done. It's like, no, you can't do that. So we've been hunting.
Funny. There's a lot of them like that on there though.
There are, but we laughed and joked about it. But we actually, when you start really like keeping an eye on it, man, her and I both found a bunch of really cool 25s. And then basically I got to a point where I was like, I'm done. It was not, and I said, I don't know if she sent hers in, but I sent mine in and just claimed it and moved on. So
I'll do it sometime in the year, but
just don't forget, man. And I have to give a shout out to Happy Hodag. He got his locationless cache at the NFL draft. And I remember seeing the picture of that one, and that was awesome. That was such a good idea.
25 seconds on your microwave.
Hey, that might have to be what I get because I've still got a CCE event I got to host too.
That's lame, Matthew. Come on. Good Lord.
Well, that's
Jesse, you better get moving, man. There doesn't seem like there's a lot of 2025 left.
There's really not. I know.
And
I'll get something, even if it's Christmas
speed
or
limit.
Who knows? Yeah.
Speed limit sign. Speed limit 25. That'd be okay. Anyway. All right. And then all right. So tonight we are going to do part 2 of our series of cache hides. We're diving deeper into the craft of the sport of geocaching, and we're talking about why would anyone hide that? that's how to hide a cache. And I know you guys probably have some of those, and we have a lot of how not to hide a cache. So this will be interesting because obviously the ones that are the how not to hides are probably the majority of the notes. But where do you guys want to start? You want to start with how to hide?
Oh man, this is a good one. But I just want to mention before we get started on here, to me, like I always think about the game, you have the finding and you have the hiding, right? You have those two elements.
Right.
And it's just like so many people like myself got into the game finding, right? And then like years and years and years, because it was like supposedly so hard to hide a cache, I finally hid one and I was like, okay, that's not hard whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think a big great thing from the show would be like if people hid more caches. Because I know there's some people out there, and it may seem crazy to people finding, but just thinking of like Chad, bounce, Nancy of the Deadliest Cachers, like when you talk to them, they get so much more joy out of hiding and having people find their caches than they do actually finding caches, so I just love this topic.
Yeah. So I put some different notes in there. One of the first ones was questionable choices, as in what were they thinking? We've all been to caches where you're like, really?
Yeah.
The electrical boxes, you're like, oh my God, really? We're gonna have to hunt the electrical box. It's like, what possessed them to do this?
Oh.
Should we even chase this one? Should we just leave it? So you're kind of this, I don't know, it feels like you're sort of, we'll look for it, but we're not really gonna like, I don't know, it feels like it's weird. It always feels a little uncomfortable. And you're like, all right, let's search. You do sort of an obligatory search, and hopefully it's quick. You can grab something and move on. But once in a while, I don't know about you guys, but we had one a while back where me and Randall, TP Conductor, were out together. The retired boys, and after a little while, you're kind of like, I just don't feel comfortable doing this anymore.
Yeah. And I hear you there. I know I got actually like a couple right by me, right? And it's let me see if I can show them, right?
Yeah. Those
it's
are
like I got a magnet on that. Got a box, goes like that. You know, you kind of just like take the lid off and there's something inside.
Yeah.
You know. But if I do these, I like to do these typically, and I only got a couple out, but in places where it's not really an electrical location.
Right.
Like I got to be honest, I have one of these like on a guardrail, you know.
That's funny.
So it's like for anybody who like thinks like, is that going to be legit on a guardrail? No, it's not. You know, no, it's not at all. But yeah, amateur gadget caches. Let's bring up that one because I think he says he's against any electrical box hiding, encourages people to grope things they should not. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things, especially when it comes to electrical safety. I mean, you want people to be very careful, you know.
Well, that's why they got rid of like the sprinkler head ones back in the day.
Yeah,
they kind of outlawed those because it was teaching people to mess with sprinkler heads, and that's not a good plan.
Right. Take one apart, and he's like, "Oh my God, now I've got a real one like spraying water everywhere."
Well, and you got to remember, hopefully, we have a lot of young cachers out there. It's not just all old people like us, right? I mean, we want young kids to be out there doing it. So, do you want them? Is that really where you want to teach them to go?
No, you really don't want to do that. I love the idea though that you've got, John, and we've all. It reminds me of the pine cone in a non pine tree.
Yeah,
I've stood under a cedar tree, staring up at everything, going, huh, and then you're staring at the pine cone and you're like, oh God, why am I still standing here? It's like, it should have dawned on me 10 minutes ago that there's not going to be a pine cone in this stupid tree, but I'm staring at it. Well, those are the kind of fun ones, like you said, where, so an electrical box that's like not on an electrical location.
That's funny.
Those are funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're saying. Like, is that really? We really want to be training young kids to be doing that? Yeah, we don't do that.
No, but you want those crazy ones, but not on actual electrical boxes. So, all right.
Yeah.
What about that? That's one of them. Some of these other ones, they're no brainers. I don't know why reviewers sometimes allow some of these to slip through too. I mean, nothing against reviewers. I mean, they're doing a hell of a job. Trust me. I love the reviewers, but once in a while you run across one where it's like, this is way too close to a school. This is not a good spot. Yeah. I've not seen any of these, but I've heard people talk about these. I don't know if you guys let me know if you've had the situation where it's a cemetery hide, but the way that it's been worded and written about is sort of kind of disrespectful. I haven't found one that's been like that, but that came up as a potential where there's no
the cache write up on the page.
Yeah.
Oh, like to the
Yeah, like the CO didn't.
I'm not a big. I know that's all of Texas's caches, but I'm not a big cemetery cacher. I don't like it because I'm just thinking about who else is there. And like me playing a game somewhere where somebody else is like mourning somebody.
Yeah.
It could be at the same time. Now, if it's an empty cemetery or whatever, then that's fine. Or if it's one where there's like one of those huge ones that, they invite people in to look at the statues and stuff like that.
Right.
That I get. But they have to be really done, again, I guess it's just sometimes, I've gone for several. I've gone for really good ones or whatever. But if you're going to do it, make it good and respectful and, don't have anybody doing anything weird and stepping all across stuff. Yeah.
Well, and especially because you can hide or make a cemetery part of a caching experience without putting something physical there.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can do like a multi where like at the Memphis ceremony, I can't remember what is it. It's like musical legends multi-based one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool, but I agree. It's like, if you're going to hide something physical there, you got to be really careful because you want to be respectful, both of the environment, other people in there. I did find one time, and I can't remember, I think it was called like the Breathe Easy series in like Central New York, where it was a young cacher who passed away and really enjoyed caching. So they actually on his tombstone put a cache, but it was pretty explicit, a cache. You know what I mean? So it's not like you'd have to do things that you shouldn't do there,
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I think those are just an incredible fine line of somebody doing them appropriately and not appropriately.
Yeah.
I
think if you're doing a cemetery or someplace really sensitive like that, that's when you use those earth cache virtual stuff like that, virtual stages. You don't put anything physical there that's going to encourage somebody to be digging around.
Yes.
I love the cemetery caches where it's, it's done well and it's honoring somebody, but at the same time, I think you should be overly cautious in an area like that.
Well, and I think too, it's up to the cache owner in those cemetery caches to really, really put it in the description what people have to do in order to prevent them from getting into a bad situation.
Yeah. And I think, gathering information off headstones, like famous headstones, I think that's the perfect thing to do in there. Just a virtual stage in there. And then totally can be done right.
Yeah. And then the other one that sort of falls in that, what were they thinking when they did that is, the note says about under a bridge that looks questionable. I think there's a lot of you're like, I don't think they're thinking through the fact that people want to be, because I was thinking it was on the Pensacola Geo Tour, and most of Pensacola is nice, but there's a little bit of an area that's a little bit, you don't want to be there after dark kind of thing.
Yeah.
In that, and there was one that was like, I'm kind of glad we're not here during the night because it looks a little shady. So I'm always wondering if people, when you're hiding a cache, you almost need to think about, is this a very, very safe location? Can kids be here? Is this spot is this cool to be finding, in the evening before, or right when it's, when it's getting dark? Is this still an okay location? You have to think through these things. People sometimes don't take the time to think through, what is this location like if there's nobody here?
Yeah.
And so that's always something that you want to kind of be aware of.
Yeah. And I think on that one, Gary, it kind of reminds me of the fact, and it was, I think it was Bell on the Move when I was talking to Bell on the Move recently. Big shout out to Bell on the Move, awesome gadget cache hider.
Yeah.
And he was saying how he puts a lot of his DTs in a very, very good way for people to then have access to at a basic level. But just thinking like the other end of that is like, if you have a cache that could be dangerous, do you put them on the DT that shows up at that basic level for newer cachers? Is that a good entry way to the game, for them?
Right. So something to always remember is think about this location at various times. So, all right. And then this one would be a whole show. So I don't really want to, I want to get you guys' feedback, but again, we've had shows about this, which is the bad container that somebody put out there, and you're like, what in the heck was somebody thinking? I like the note was the lock and leak, not the lock and lock, but the lock and leak.
Lock and leak.
Lock and leak. I thought that was hysterical.
I've seen a Sprite bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Please tell me there was no Sprite left in
No,
it.
there's probably
I'd love to be able to tell you that.
Okay.
No.
But it's not true.
It's not true.
There was like just that little backwash in the very bottom. You're like, come on.
No, don't hide that.
And then the ones that are a lot of this, people are not gonna like this, but flat packs, when you make them out of like duct tape or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a great idea, but they're not they're not invulnerable. That gets all scratched up and gets all wet, so it's just a sack. That's so good.
Yeah. You got to find the right place to house one of those for sure. But
absolutely, some areas are just not good for that.
One cache I found, was a soda bottle. That's what Jesse had. He found a Sprite bottle.
Yeah, and it was like a receipt. Was the law?
Yeah, it was a receipt. Yeah, not even a real log in it.
What was the name of that?
Just
one?
A receipt.
Was that like some trash themed name on that?
Oh no, it was a serious cache. Somebody hid that cache. It was in the park. It was like in a bush in the park. It was terrible. It was like the worst. Like
what was the name? Like, don't Cito be bro or something? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was not even. It was not ironic at all. It was on purpose.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Use text Dave Ziploc bag. That's not the Ziploc bag in a container. Just the Ziploc bag. We've like, no, man, that's not. Paper lunch sack. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Julie D's got a good idea here. The geocaching needs a mentorship program. I know many caches that we openly welcome questions from newbies. That's actually a good idea, Julie. I think that I think that's really good. I think that there should be more. And have you guys been to an event where the event was done in such a way that there was a lot of discussion and open discussions about how to better the game kind of thing? Those are really good.
Education series that people do.
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
This is great for Florida. The Altoid tin that's not been painted is basically rusted.
Razor blades of death, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Rusty razor blades?
Rusty. Basically, it is. You can't open it because it's just the humidity. Because you got a little bit of humidity in Florida, right? Is that what I'm understanding correctly?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
We're only surrounded by water and get rained on all the time, right? But
right. All right. So we've all been there for those, but what about these? These are some interesting ones that I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on. There are, and they fall into this area of because I need a hide for a challenge cache.
Yeah.
So they're going to hide. They're going to place this. They're going to place something for their fizzy or monthly or alphabet. I need to put out a W.
One's the one you see a lot.
Right.
Like, this is X just for no reason, but other than challenges.
Yeah. Here's one in LP. Here's an LPC, and it's gonna start with the letter X for some reason because I need to do all 26 letters or some crazy thing like that. And you're like, oh please don't do this to us. Don't take up a spot. I mean, it could be a good spot too, or I mean that's the other thing too that you'll see is hey, I had to hide one on this date. And
I don't think, and at least, okay, I'm gonna go on my perspective. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you hide a good quality container with that, because just even for me, right, using myself as an example, I'm looking for calendar days, and I think one of those calendar days still may be like January 29th, right? So in beautiful Western New York here, January 29th is not always the most hospitable environment up here,
Yeah.
So if somebody's hiding one and being like, okay, this will help people out for the month of January for this date. cool if you hide a good container with it that's going to stand up,
Yeah.
and not something disposable. So, yeah, I think it was Tamara Berger said glass jar hides. Yeah, do not hide in glass jar hides.
Yeah, I found those in the mountains too.
Oof. Oh, a glass jar up on the mountain. Yeah. Oh no, please, people, no. All right, what about the and I'm gonna have to confess on this one too, but
oh no,
yeah, I know. Have we done the the one I'm thinking of is a revenge hide, which is the by golly, I'm going to make a really hard cache to find because basically, it's the rock hide in the middle of a rock, middle of a mile radius of a rock. You're like, oh God, that I did it once and I removed it, but I don't know why I got a wild hair and I was like, I can't stand the rock hide, and by golly, I'm going to make somebody else try to chase this thing for a while. And then I was like,
so Gary, you just did that for your community to suffer? Is that what you're saying?
to suffer, yes. Okay. I had to suffer through it. Somebody else is going to have to suffer through it.
Oh now. Man, that sounds like geohazing right there, Mike.
It is.
It can have its place though, because there are those people that put out like impossible puzzles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
See how long, but which some people are just like, that's stupid. But it's kind of neat when it builds momentum though, because it's like 6, 7, 8, 9 months have gone by, nobody's solved it. It gets more and more people into it. You wouldn't want that all the time, but sometimes that's okay.
Well,
I think those are kind of cool.
I guess too, if you're bringing a unique DT to your area where it's a legit unique DT.
Yeah, I mean we've probably all seen the. Oh, you know what? You think you can make a tough puzzle cache? Well, I'll show you a tough puzzle cache.
Yeah.
And somebody puts that out, and you're like, oh God, man. So now we're gonna chase this, revenge puzzle that somebody wanted to do because they were mad because somebody else made one. It's like skip. I just skip it. But
oh man, that reminds me, and I don't know. I want to say and I don't know if it's a false imprinted memory. But if it was Jesse or somebody else, where it was a cache called "Don't Find Me," and it was just a pill bottle like chucked into the woods. Was that you, Jesse, who did that?
No, yeah. It's not me. It's not, but it's somebody else. We were talking about that. It's out there now. You're talking about the one that says "Don't," and then everybody's supposed to just log DNFs on it. Nobody's supposed to find it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's the one.
Excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, want a puzzle talk show on tough puzzle caches.
Ooh, that would be a cool one.
Of course they do.
Yeah,
absolutely, Tom. What are you talking about, man? All right. So I got the vengeful. I actually did one. Again, I felt bad. I actually removed it. I did it for a while and gave up on that. So there are the ones that we've all seen. And we're all we get the eye roll going. You're like, oh my God. It's, it's just, it's in the wrong place. It's just like, oh, it's like the stump hide that's clearly a stump hide. It's so easy to, it's like, you didn't even like camouflage it at all. You just sort of flung it out there.
Just a pill bottle sitting on top of the stump.
Pill bottle on a stump, or you're like, oh my God, please. Can we at least try to hide a cache? Can we hide these caches?
Well, again, this comes down to the whole debate that we always have. It always comes back around to it, the quality versus quantity, right?
Yeah.
Because it's unlimited to hide caches. You can hide as many crappy caches as you want. But if you could only hide maybe 10 a year, kind of like the labs are right now.
Yeah.
I know everybody would hate that idea because there wouldn't be a million caches to find or whatever, but the quality would go up. You wouldn't just be throwing them out like nothing. The quality would go way up, right? So what's have less caches but higher quality, or a crap ton of caches and maybe a few good ones? That's it always, nobody agrees on that, but I
don't know.
That's a debate.
It's a tough one because like sometimes too, like you hide a cache and it may not be the best cache to at least start with, but it's a cache, and then you learn your lessons, and then you hide better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can get rid of bad caches too. So
True.
What are some of yours, Jesse, that you wanted to point out? You have some really good ones in your notes.
Well, I polled the family too to ask them.
Oh, that's cool.
Bad. Christy, of course, just said earth caches.
Oh
no,
Christy,
but
that's not nice.
She just said all of them. They're all terrible. But she gave me a lot of other ideas too.
Not true.
So we talked a lot about. So we went the other direction and talked about lab caches because we're talking about physical caches a lot, how to cache, but there's a lot of lab caches out there too that are not. They're not perfect in their execution. Again, there's no reviewer process, so that may be why some of them are. But the ones you were talking about, she was talking about was like it take you to a location of something like amazing. That ask you some random question, like, or something not even like might be across the street. How many chairs are there on the benches over there when you're at a monument?
Right.
Or things like that. And we kind of discussed that for a while of like, are lab caches are people cracking them so much they're trying to make them harder and harder to like guess? I think maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know people are breaking in those things. They're hacking them or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find things you can't just Google the answer to. But
is that know. Yeah. With
but
AI,
you go to the George Washington Monument, you want the questions to be about George Washington, right? Not
right.
Like how many lug bolts are in the car across the street. But at the same time, I get it because how do you make a question they can't just Google Earth or Google.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think we've all been to those though, Jesse, where you're at a cool location, and this is a cool location. You want to ask a cool question, and they like, how many steps are here? It's like, oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I'm gonna count steps.
Yeah.
When I'm at this really cool spot, and you're gonna ask me, how many it's how many stalls in the restroom? Really?
Are you talking about Gary's Bucky's Earth Cache?
Right. Yeah, that I didn't do. My Bucky's questions are good. Bucky forever, baby.
Yeah, I wasn't accusing Gary. I know you're really into Bucky's. Wasn't accusing me.
I've been awarded. I got a very important award that I was given. I was awarded this weekend. Was my Bucky's statue here. I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Bucky himself for providing all the fun and joy and wonderfulness that occurs at Bucky's. You're wonderful, Bucky. I love you, man. So awesome. But you got to have good questions, and I have great questions at my Bucky's.
Yeah, sorry, Gary. I will never question the rest stop friendly beaver ever again, my friend.
And their bathrooms are incredible, by the way.
Oh, okay.
They are. But yes, you don't want to ask the dumb. I mean, like Jesse said.
I get it though, because you can Google so many things, and it's hard.
Yeah. Well, and I got to be honest, I don't mind a silly question like that if there's other things that are legitimate,
Yeah.
And that is like the verifier. But if that's like the only thing to count steps or lug nuts or stuff like that,
you can't do that. Make it interesting. I'd rather the question be something like that, where it's very interesting and not just. And even if somebody can Google it and find the answer, at least you've sort of given, hopefully, some education or some thought, which is funny because when John and I were doing the 600 Adventure Lab day, we're just pounding through the questions as fast as we could pound through them, and
at the loudest volume, Gary. The loudest volume.
Yeah, we were just pounding through them as fast as we could, and then good old Jody's back there going, "Hey, did y'all read the one about the?"
That's Christy.
She's like,
that happens to me every time. She's like, "No, slow down. I'm trying to read them."
and John and I sort of stop and we look back at Jody and go, "Really? You want us to read about the cheese or whatever it was? What was the one?"
Whatever it was, Gary, I'm sure it was fascinating because Jody.
I'm sure it was. She found it fascinating. She's like, "Did y'all see that? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was that was
funny.
truthful."
I have had that same conversation.
And you're like, I'm just plowing through these things as fast as I can. I don't need to know.
As Gary's like thumb is getting like tense, and you could see him like
just as fast as I can.
Yeah, I was worried. I was like going to be like, Gary, are you going to be okay to drive back to the hotel after this?
I got to switch.
Like, are you going to have like a hand cramp there, man?
You know, so I'm going to be able to pop back and forth because, man, we were just pounding those things as fast as we could.
And those are showing up everywhere, right? Like, this is totally an aside, but
yeah.
Do we know the numbers of Adventure Labs at all? Like how many there are now compared to last year or whatever? That's
a good question because when we did it in the past, we took it off of the year in review from HQ.
Yeah, we'll find out soon or whatever. But at what point will it be that like there's not even any temptation to go do one of those because like there's so many of them out there, right? Like if they were everywhere and you could get unlimited from your house, at some point you'd be like, that's stupid. I don't even want to do that anymore. Like at what point is it going to be not a draw? You're like, I don't want to. There's no numbers draw at all. Well, like we're all drawing a little bit by the numbers, right? But at some point, that's going to take that away, I would think.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, we obviously were going to do them because we're at Gigastock and we're having a ball and we're Christy and we're like 600. Count us in, baby. I mean, that's just like right. I mean,
yeah. I mean, those geo endorphin.
But if they're everywhere, is there is there even a draw to get 600 more numbers?
I don't know. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, I don't know if I would you do that whole thing again? I mean, how long did it take us, John? It took us what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, it took us a while because I think it was like that first night we were in Morgantown. We did that.
I think it took us 2.5.
Yeah, it took a while
just to sit there and punch the and it was just because you're guessing ABCD, you're just guessing, and so once in a while you get lucky, you hit C, and you're like, I see what's going on now, and you could plow through those C, go throw ball, but that wasn't the way because there was different cache or Adventure Lab owners.
Yeah.
And so they didn't follow that's the whole joke. Isn't that the whole joke, Jesse? When you're in education, it's like, just answer C. You're good enough.
Yeah. If you have to guess, answer C.
Just answer C. And somebody did that. And like, we once in a while, you'd hear John or even Jody saying, I think that group C, they beat me through it. I mean, they were faster than me, but
well, I mean, Gary, Jody and I like pass the phone back and forth.
We did.
I'm like Jody, my hand. And she's like, pass the phone. And then she kept on going.
Yeah. And I had nobody there to help me. I was just solo, man. I was going as hard as I could.
You were doing awesome.
But would you do that again? Would you? I don't know if I'd do that again.
Right now you would, because the only reason you did those was for numbers though, right? So
it was unique.
Until you're done.
Yeah.
Or until you inflated your numbers so much that you're like, this is just silly, then I think you're still going to be drawn to it just because it's 500 caches down the street. I mean,
I guess if there was one that had 1,000 or something like, well, my best day was 600. I guess I should do 1,000 now. I mean,
well, I mean,
some like hotel chain is just going to get like people to put Adventure Labs so you can just book a room for the night and
book a room.
And be like, yeah, I went to this geocaching resort and I got like 5,000 finds last night, guys.
Like, yeah, hey, that's actually a pretty good idea.
That's not bad.
Like an Airbnb could do that. Hey, check in here.
Well, why do I see an Airbnb in Florida now appearing?
That's right.
Why do I see this?
Oh, I like it. I see a new business, guys.
I can see it happening.
Let's talk about this. Yeah. Geocache Talk Network expanded into Airbnb.
Yeah. Christy's right, though. You could do 3,000 in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I mean, but if I'm going to be in Amsterdam, I don't care how many Adventure Labs. I'm getting out because you're in an amazing part of the world. Now, if I'm not going to mention, a town because that'll really be bad, but some podunk town in Texas, and you want to go sit there, and now if it's beautiful, you're getting kind of a bonus, right? But like the one that geocaching vlogger did when we were in Kansas. But you guys, Jesse, I think you went out there when it was like they had a fire, they had a campfire, and y'all saw the satellites going over top.
Yeah.
I mean, would you rent that place if you
yes, I would.
If there's 3,000 Adventure Labs within reach?
Yes.
100%. Click.
Now, Christy would read through every one of them.
She would stop and go.
You can read it on the side.
That was fascinating. Did you read that one? No, I'm moved on.
Could you imagine? That's a good little gimmick there. I like that.
That would be hilarious if it did give you a test after you found like hundreds of them. And if you answered questions wrong based upon the knowledge, it then wipes out 600 fines. And it's like, sorry, you didn't get the right information.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So funny. Tom, I'd rather have stories to tell about the exciting adventures with friends than stories about the number of times I pressed C. But it's still a story that John and I are going to tell, and I know Jesse can do it with Barry. You guys sat in a car for what, a couple hours doing that too?
Yeah, that's when they very first started coming out.
Yeah,
we didn't even know about it. Like, it wasn't a target of the trip. We found it by accident, and it was the rest stop where we're going to be sleeping anyway. So we're pretty good. Yeah, we're like, what? Because that was such a big surprise. Those things. I was like, what is this? Cachely stopped loading.
Yeah,
if you had the stage limit or whatever. I was like, oh, there's a cache here. Obviously,
it just died.
Yeah.
That's
I think for me, I think it's still unique enough that I think the lab arts are still kind of fun when you come across them. But I mean, if it was ET's been out there forever, and I was going to go this year, I didn't go, but I could have gone at any time to do that. There's an intrigue about it that it's neat, but you wouldn't want to do it every day.
Yeah.
No. Do you want? I mean, I guess it'd be unique to do it once. I mean, obviously it'd be unique to do it once, but I guess my point is that is it something that is repeatable in the future for you? Would you do it again?
For now, the lab arts, when I'm around them, I'm going to do them. Yeah. Now, like you talking about ET, and now like a power trail though.
Either way, either one.
I like power trails, which I consider the same kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it's neat. I think it's neat to have a different experience, but I wouldn't want it to be my primary experience at all.
Well, and that thing too with the ET Highway is sort of unique in the fact that ET Highway would be a very unique experience. But if somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to go to the ET Highway, would you do them with me?" You're like, no, I've already done that. I mean,
if you already done it, I wouldn't go back to it. I want to check it off the list once.
Yes,
and there's I didn't get to do it this year or whatever, but one year I want to be able to do it where it's just, and then she can go, ET, made my shirt, I did all that stuff, I got to do it. But if I live down the street from it, I wouldn't want to go do it all the time.
You don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the attraction with the one in Morgantown was when we were at that rest stop, Gary, it was it was hilarious how many cars were parked there.
Oh yeah,
you could just see everybody's phone up here, and everybody was doing it.
We barely found a parking place; it was just packed. That little rest area was just jammed with cars. We luckily got a spot.
Yeah, and I think there's value in doing geo ridiculousness in large groups. There's just something fun about that,
Yeah, definitely. All right. What are some other? Did you have any others, Jesse, that you wanted to really point out?
I think we've kind of hit all of them. We talked about bag containers, everything else, and I think kind of the theme of the whole thing is we know the quantity versus quality or whatever. But if you're going to put out a cache, just think it through. That's what I would, bag containers. A lot of that is just kind of laziness and the low value of, because you can put one out, put another one out, put another one out, or whatever. But I think, we talk about how the best things to do, but I think just avoid the obvious stuff. And I think put a little effort into it, and you're not going to hit any of these on this list.
Yeah, no, you're right. John, you've got some serious cache failures that you wanted to talk about, I think, or some.
Oh, man. Gary, yeah, one thing I don't know if we've really talked about, but I think if you hide a cache, you have to determine what your maintenance strategy is, because not everybody has, or lack thereof. But it's one of those things. Just think. So if you're going to hide, think of like, when are you going to do maintenance on that? Are you going to like go out, especially as a new hider, every time somebody has a DNF and make sure it's still there? Are you going to proactively like check it like every once in a while? But I think you need to define what your maintenance strategy is, because that will help kind of determine like kind of what I think Jesse was saying earlier, like the quality versus quantity. And if you're going to put out some caches, like my advice, put 1 or 2 out, get kind of that experience. I think like launching like a full-blown geo art as your first hide, with a couple hundred hides, may not be the best way to do it, because you'll learn a lot throughout the way. But I think that's one of those things that I think people need to think of. And Julie D raises a great point on here. That pizza has too much cheese and not enough pickles. Absolutely, Julie.
Whoa, hang on.
You got to figure out your pickle strategy. Just saying. But
pickle strategy. What? Wait
pickle
a
strategy.
minute.
You don't want
Are
people
you craving cheesy goodness? It's time for Pizza Talk. Whether you're
and welcome
no pizza, no.
Gary, people want Pizza Talk. You saw the numbers, man. But
cheesy goodness.
Yeah, cheesy goodness, my friend. But you
can't believe that.
Yeah, pulling back to tonight's topic, I'll pull myself back this time.
Yes,
I think a few other things too I put on here for kind of like my fails.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say like my fails, like on here, Julie Pickle Talk, it'll happen. Don't tempt me. But okay,
don't tempt.
Okay, guys. But one of them is, I think, if you're going to put caches out there, respond to messages from cache finders or people, reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know about you, but I know I've reached out to cache hiders, and as somebody finding, and they just don't respond. And that does not create the best experience.
It doesn't.
Right.
I also want to say, communicate in your maintenance logs what you've done and let people know. Because certain cache hiders, may not go out there and actually check their caches or list that they've done maintenance. So include that as part of the process.
Yeah.
But one of the things you may want to think about is like myself, like when I do it, I just say like, cache maintenance done, all in good shape. Anybody need hints? Please let us know. We're always happy when our caches are found.
Yeah.
To get people to, fully reach out on those.
Yeah.
And then another one I want to put out here too is, if people are, including one on a trail and it's not obvious where to park, please provide parking coordinates.
Yes.
I think that's very good from a health and safety perspective and from an environmental perspective too, because certainly from an environmental perspective, sometimes you got to bushwhack, but you probably want to limit that bushwhack activity and the impact on the environment. So, think about putting parking coordinates out there if it's not obvious.
That's a good one, because so many times, I think all three of us have been, have seen that. And in fact, I've had at least one, I think, where I sent, and I was very nice to him, but I sent the note to the cache owner and said, hey, could you add this information? Because there was we found the right spot to park, but that was after circling around for a while going, where are we going to park for this thing? And when you find a good spot, you're like, ooh. So, and it's one thing to put that in your note. Your note will eventually be gone because, over time, you almost want the cache owners to really think through, because so many people are like, oh, well, I see it every day. Well, I know that, but you got to see it from fresh eyes. Yeah. You need to see it from somebody showing up And any kind of note you can put on again, you want to be able to give people as much information as possible to help them. Yeah, there you go. Trailhead coordinates that's
absolutely.
huge.
Those are
Yeah, I
great.
mean because you don't know how somebody's going to approach otherwise, right? You just don't want them to, like, I've told the story about early on ahead of cache, and I to my eyes, I thought this is the only way you'd come towards this.
Yeah,
but they sure enough walked across these flower beds to get to it. Every single one of them after that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you're like, oh, I did not anticipate that.
Yeah.
You got to think about, and I had one. Jesse was in a cemetery spot, but you have to think that if a herd of elephants came through here, is it going to damage this? It's like, because that's what they're going to do. It's a herd of elephants, and sadly, that's what happens. And you're like, this cache is done because they have trampled this whole area without, it's just sad. Not every cacher is being respectful of the location. And like you said,
I used to think it was dumb, but now I understand why people like deactivate their caches when there's a mega in town.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, this cannot handle that kind of traffic.
Oh yeah.
The one in Georgia, they always disable it when back when going caching was going around, is right when it's about time for going caching, they would disable it and be like, people get mad, get their behinds hurt, and they'd go, oh, I'm the only time I'm going to be in this area is this weekend, blah blah blah. You're like,
yeah,
sorry.
So it's kind of like when people hide caches in shrubs. One person finding it every 3 weeks is fine. 50 people a day going after a container inside the shrubs, you're going to tear them up.
Well, and I think that's part of those things, at least, my lens and thinking like trails in the outdoors is you're making an arrangement with that landowner. Mm-hmm. So if you're using that land in accordance with the understanding of the use of that land, it's okay.
Right.
Like if people put in like their new ad hoc parking area in a place where the landowner did not want it.
Yes.
That can certainly create issues. But, onto that too, I mean, and you guys know me, I'm big on attributes. It's just using the attributes to convey the needed information.
Oh, absolutely.
those
Especially if it's land.
Puzzle pieces, aren't they?
What's that?
Puzzle pieces.
No.
Aren't attributes just for treasures? What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, attributes are more than just for treasures.
Really?
But seriously? I mean, Gary, and I know you love treasures, but it's one of those things, especially if like land should only be used at certain times, for caching.
No,
make sure you call it out in those attributes.
That's unheard of.
You should tell somebody about that. I did not know those were more than puzzle pieces.
Yeah, more than puzzle pieces, my friend.
So if it's not available in winter, can you actually create a not available in winter attribute?
Absolutely.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
That applies a lot down here.
Not available.
I still want to see you guys put those winter friendly attributes on your caches. I think
winter friendly.
Yeah.
Sadly, I've used that a few times. Like, what is the not available? What's the? Oh, I gotta find it now. See what I did. I just put myself into a corner.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
that's for another show,
for sure.
But
one thing I want to add to on here, I think it's in addition to what we were talking about, is bad coordinates.
Oh God.
If you're hiding a cache, and especially for this first time, make sure you have good coordinates. So I mean, get your cache reading, put those coordinates in your GPS as a waypoint or something. Yes. Go to find them, see if they bring you back to the same location. Because I don't know if you guys have had the experience of first time cache hider, their coordinates being like significantly off.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. There's so many things, and again, this has been hopefully not only a little bit entertaining, but it's also been educational to really help people out, because
and you don't learn a lot of this stuff until you've been in the game for a little while, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're exactly right. And so many people don't hide enough quality caches. I mean, we talk about this all the time. and I know Jesse, you point out, and John too, very well, that if you're going to hide a cache, then you better make sure that it's good. You better make sure it's quality. Don't hide crappy caches. And then, I'm always jump in and say, well, hide something. And you guys are like, no, don't hide something. Hide quality. Got to hide quality. And I agree. We need more quality hides. We just need that. And we want to make sure now, it depends on what part of the world you're in. I mean, we're a worldwide, geocaching, force of podcasting. So there might be parts of the world that listen to us go, are you crazy? We have some of the greatest quality caches in this whole region.
Yeah.
True. Unfortunately, New York, Texas, Florida, quality, there's a lot of quality, but there's a lot of crap too. I don't know about you guys, but it's a mess of really good stuff, and then why are these people doing these things? Why are they taking up this ring of area on the map?
It's just the number side of the game, though.
It is. Christy, tons of crap in Florida. There's tons of crap in many U.S. states, unfortunately.
It's everywhere. Yeah, I found them all over, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, well, good. Amateur says he vouched for the quality of Philadelphia hides. Well, that's good. That's cool. Good. So, yeah. All right. So I guess we're up to kind of some final thoughts. I know, and then John, I know you got an upcoming show you want to mention, but I'll go first and let you guys kind of bring us home. Again, we made it to 3,000. We're actually 3,001 subscribers. So
look at that.
That is awesome. Thank you, everybody.
If you are listening to this later, please like and subscribe. That gives us, let us know, and it gives other people the indication that you might enjoy this show. I guess my final thoughts is favorite points that we were able to give out yesterday is really for another show, but we chased favorite point caches, and I think for the most part we were happy doing that because we found a lot of great caches, and that's kind of what we were focused on. We kind of were able to enjoy some really quality hides, and that's kind of what I think you guys have done as well. You're like, how many favorite points has it got? Oh my god, it's got 30 favorite points. It probably is a good hide, so we're gonna go after it. When you're done, you're like, yeah, that was a good one. And it really met what you were hoping for. Here's the sad thing: is if you look at an area, a map that's just dotted with caches like crazy, and you go and you do filter for 25 favorite points, all of a sudden that list goes, whoop, there's like only a handful in that whole area. You're like, crap, there's of all those dots on the map, and then all of a sudden when you do a search for 25 favorite points, it's like, whew, they all disappear, all but a little handful. It's like, okay, we definitely have a problem. We need more quality caches. So that's, I guess, my final thought on this.
I 100% agree. I don't know how to say it.
You've done that too, right, Jesse? Where you're like,
I do it all the time.
God, the whole thing just basically disappeared.
We all go through it, right? We're numbers and everything else, and you want to get this, milestones and everything else. But honestly, I could handle a few less caches if there were more high quality caches, because I think we go out. Mm-hmm. I never get burnt out from finding high quality caches. It's when you go in between, you're finding just pill bottles and lamppost stuff or whatever. Every time you find another few that are just low quality, it kind of brings you down a little bit for the game. And then you find that, then, oh, okay, good. Next day I get a really good one. It brings you back up again. But those boring ones or whatever, I still find them. I've done it. I've done power runs and everything else, but definitely the best part of our game is those higher level caches. That's what keeps the game afloat, I think. Because there's a lot of junk in between. And we've all done numbers for everything, but the junk is, you can get burned out on the junk pretty easy. It could definitely send people away from the game, I think.
Yeah. Well, Matthew has a good point. It's like, yeah, some good ones may not have been
Absolutely.
found. That's
Sure.
true too. I mean, if they're fairly new, the cache is fairly new. Yes, you can look at percentages. You can look at the Wilson score. But yeah, no, you're correct. That is possible. But anyway, yeah. John, what are some of your thoughts?
Oh man, Tom Brotherman has a quote here I got to bring up. Tom says, "Every time a crappy cache is hidden, an angel loses its wings while it is flying."
While it is
Yeah.
flying.
I didn't know that, Tom. I gotta make sure people know that. But
while it's flying,
yeah,
that's terrible.
I know, guys. We got to do all we can to help these angels. Yeah. But closing thoughts is I think a few things, right? So for people who are potential new hiders, hiding a cache is not hard.
Right.
Hiding a quality cache, I don't think is hard either. I think it's just knowing some things.
Yeah.
And again, if you're gonna hide, put like one out there, maybe two, don't hide maybe 10 at a time.
Yeah, no, don't
learn from those experiences while you do that, learn from your community. I love the concept somebody brought up of mentorship. I think that is so cool, to help kind of mentor people throughout that process. But yeah, I agree. I mean, hiding quality caches helps our game, helps people get energized, helps people stay in the game. Not hiding high quality caches has a risk of not getting people into the game whatsoever. Because I know, especially if the ones that you find are just very low quality when you start out, you may just say this is geocaching.
Well,
you don't want to give you a bad impression.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I got a question for you. You just made me think of it. This is
okay. Shoot.
My closing question.
Okay.
Do you think they should have a saturation rule like they do with earth caches?
Ooh.
Just gonna throw that out there. Just drop that bomb off for you real quick.
Ooh.
Wow.
Like you go to submit and you're like, dude, we have 50 LPCs in this town already. We're not doing that.
That's right.
We can't. It's not an accepted science for geocaching right now.
Oh man, that seems very corporate geocaching. I'm sorry, we have our LPC quota for this region.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We encourage you to go to Tampa, Florida, and hide a cache like this. I hear they need some more like that.
Our state doesn't accept LPCs. We're just gonna not do it anymore. Sorry, we passed the law, no LPCs.
You're kind of giving this homeowner association type vibe here, Jesse. Just saying.
He does. Too many Florida hides in Florida.
That's right. Oh gosh, don't even get me started on that.
Too many Florida. I'm sorry, you cannot.
Everybody has their. But I'm not good at them. I don't know why. I just don't like them. Whatever. The
constantly
palm tree. Come on, you spent all day in a palm tree.
Just tearing your hand to shreds trying to search through all those damn little spots on a palm tree. Florida hides. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Glacial erratics. Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
No more glacial erratics. Got to stop it. No, I like that. We can't afford to have another bison in a tree in this area. Yeah, sorry.
We've already got that. Sorry, bud. You can't.
we have too many bisons in trees right now. Thank you. That's an interesting idea.
That'd be funny for their viewers too, man. They could be wearing people out. Dude, have you cached any? Do you know what's around here?
Yeah. No, those aren't allowed in this area.
I mean, they do it with challenges, right? You can't do too many challenges nearby. You can't do too many earth caches at the same time nearby. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't have 5 fizzy challenges in the same area.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh.
That's been a rule forever.
That? Do they really? They really will stop you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that makes sense.
Maybe the next cache type they should test this with is where it goes.
Oh, well, hang on now.
Yeah,
as long everybody has to put a good quality where go out before they do any other caches?
Yeah, everybody needs to put out at least one reverse where go.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, in Ben, I would hate to be a reviewer if those kinds of limitations existed. I mean, they got enough. They got a lot going on, but let
me tell you what part of that sentence I identify with. I would hate to be a reviewer. That's it.
Right.
I would just hate to be a reviewer. That's terrible.
Well, God bless reviewers, man. Because
I'm glad they do it. Because I would, if they were like everybody has to do a shift as reviewer, I'd be like, new game for me. I'm gonna go do something else. I ain't doing this anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we got coming up, John?
Oh man, so guys, on this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Gadget Talk is back. Is going to have a new episode.
Nice.
We're going to get out some more information on that one. And oh man, I know I was sending Chad ideas the other day, and we have so many awesome ideas for future shows on here too.
Oh, very cool.
I'd love to mention some, but I don't want to put the pressure on Chad right now.
Yeah,
because it's like I can come up with a million ideas, but Chad is kind of like that master builder, in that sense. But yeah, stay tuned. But tune in for Tuesday again at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Gadget Talk for a brand new episode, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, good show, guys. That was fun. Oh, real quick, we've got a very special show next week. We are going to talk gold, as in $1.2 million of gold is available to each and every one of y'all if you want to solve a riddle and go hunt for some gold. And we're going to have on one of them that had found I think it's $1 million in gold is hidden in one place, and then they have a bunch of other regional, like $36,000 regional hides around in Canada. So we're going to talk Canada gold. We're going to have on one of the winners, one of the actual finders. That's always good to hear, because you always hear about these contests where people are supposed to try to find this gold, and then you never hear anybody ever find anything. You're like, I don't know if they actually hit anything, because nobody ever finds these things. This guy found one, and he is also a geocacher, and he's going to tell us his story. So that'll be fun. That's next Sunday. So definitely come back for that, and hear more about that adventure he was on. So. All right. Cool. Have a good week, and we'll see you Tuesday for Gadget Talk.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Have a good
night, everybody.
Good night.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comments at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.